Welcome to this Ripple Effect of Financial Decisions video. This particular video is on retirement survival, and it's actually about turning assets to income. So let's get started. So when we talk about the ripple effect, we're referring to the continuing and spreading results of an event or action, in this case, a financial decision. So for this particular video, have you built up enough assets to turn them into income in retirement? And the decisions you make today or don't make today could have long-term implications on your future. So retirement investing is a 30 to 40 year process. Have you done that well enough to have enough money to get through retirement? So we see a pattern when we talk about this, that there's five main financial decisions or five main areas we look at. And we see this over and over again. People want to be homeowners. They do not want to pay rent to somebody else to build their asset. Second, if you own a home, you need life insurance. Third, retirement investing. Again, a 30 to 40 year process, if done correctly, could greatly improve your chances for retirement survival. And then last but not least is estate planning. And estate planning really shouldn't be last, because if you own a home, you need an estate with a trust. And there's videos in all these areas on our website. So make sure to check all the other areas as well. But today we're talking about retirement survival. This is going to be a quick, not even 10 minutes. So what is the most important financial need in retirement? It's easy. It's mailbox money. It's understanding that you're going to have those checks in the mail, checks in the mail. But it's knowing your bills are paid every month through those checks for your lifetime. It's making sure that money lasts longer than you do. And so the ripple effect in this particular case is, have you made the right decisions to accumulate enough assets up to this point that you can retire and not run out of money? So mailbox money means guaranteed income. What will be your source? Social Security. We're assuming that's still going to be there. I don't think there's any reason to worry too much about that yet. Second could be pensions. Do you have a pension? Not a lot of pensions left, unfortunately. They've been turned into 401ks and IRAs. Cash value life insurance could be another source. You would have needed to fund that, a lot longer than now. It's too late for that if you're at retirement now. And then last but not least is annuities, which is what 401ks and IRAs can be converted to. And that's what we're going to talk about mostly today. But what assets, here's a question, what assets do you have or will you have that can be converted to income? And it's not complex. It's really not. We're really looking at a certain, what level of assets do you have to make that income stream? And assets can be 401ks and IRAs, like I mentioned. They can be investment accounts, stock accounts, savings accounts. They need to be converted, though, in this case, to an annuity to cover your base expenses. And what is the base amount of expenses that need to be covered? If you add up all your bills, what does that come to? And then we stack or add up Social Security, pensions, cash value life, and annuities to cover those expenses. So here's the math. This particular math is pretty easy, real easy. Expenses. In this particular case, we're going to say your expenses are $5,000. Housing costs, cars, utilities, etc., adds up to $5,000. And maybe your combination of Social Security's, pensions, and cash value life insurance is $3,000 per month. Maybe you only have Social Security and it equals $3,000 per month. So the question is, what do you need to cover through the annuities or an annuity? Pretty simple, right? $2,000. So the next question is, how do you get to that $2,000? Well, here's the real math. Annuities are made up of a couple of main numbers. There are a lot of numbers in annuities, and they are definitely a little more complex once you really start to dig into them. But you have two main numbers. You have an income account value. And I said income account value. We're not talking about the surrender value or any of these other values that can be in an annuity. The question is, how much of an income account value do you have? And then you multiply it by the payout percentage for that particular annuity. And they all are different. So in this case, we're talking $400,000 times 6% is 24,000. Remember our 2,000 need? 24,000 divided by 12 is $2,000 per month. So for this particular annuity, it would be $400,000 built up over time, hopefully, times, let's say, 6%. And these are hypothetical numbers, but that gets us to the 2,000. That's what annuities should be doing for you. So final question. Will you have the assets, in this case, the money to build something for 400,000 to convert to an annuity? So if you know anything about our videos, question is, have you made or will you make the best financial decisions possible to make that happen? Have you made it to where you can get it, or can you do something to build it up to where you have that 400,000 to convert? And if you're not sure, let us help you. We can help you with the math, schedule a no-cost financial review. Just take the time to figure it out. We can punch all these numbers into a software tool that we have that can pretty much show you your chances of running out of money in retirement. So give us a call, contact us, and let's set up an appointment and get that done. By the way, that is no cost to do this. So thank you for joining us on this presentation.